now listening to the Good Bad Advice Podcast with Stephanie and Chase.
Hello.
Welcome you guys to the Good Bad Advice Podcast, where we give unsolicited advice to people in the news each week. We're your hosts. I'm Chase.
And I'm Stephanie.
And I just got married.
You're married.
I'm a married man.
You're a married man.
Look at that ring.
He's
Look at that
married.
ring,
He's
ring,
a
ring.
husband.
I'm a married man.
He's a husband, everyone.
Don't talk about the husbands.
The husbands and the
nastiness and the
rumors.
rumors. For those of you that don't know, that is our Meredith Marks impression. If someone
for
could please
context.
just send that to Meredith Marks.
Meredith Marks would not do well on this podcast.
No housewife would. Very few would.
Emily
Simpson, we've agreed.
Emily,
Gold
Gina.
guest. Gina.
Angie would.
Angie, literally, we're going to get into some
Yeah.
content in a little bit, but we're obsessed. But I'm so excited to be back. Thank you to everybody for being super patient
Yes.
with us as we were having scheduling issues, and then I got married, and then went on a honeymoon.
I forgot
and
to
then
tell you, I
now
was
back.
at a Halloween party, and my friend Jordan walked up, and she's like, "When is your podcast coming back?" And I did like a cringe face because I was like, "Ooh, sorry, we've been a little spotty."
I know, sorry.
And
We
she
did
was
a
like,
premiere and then
"Don't,
disappeared.
no, you're coming back, right? You're coming back." And I was like, "We're coming back. I'm sorry."
I
The
know.
face was because I feel we've been spotty. We're coming back.
We're coming back, and we do have plans to hire someone. That's right, guys. Our
social
podcast is
media.
at a point where we're going to be hiring a staff member. Very low pay, and there's no HR department.
No
And
benefits.
there's no benefits. But we are finally in that phase, which is really fun. And we're excited. Today is going to be a wedding special.
Yes.
And I love this not because I just get to talk about myself, which I love so much, but because so many people have really asked about
Yeah.
the wedding, and we really have had it be like mum.
Yeah, you really
about
did
it.
not talk about it.
Well, and I'm not on social media right now. I've just
Wait,
I'm
you're
taking
not
a
on
break.
social?
I know, literally, it's my personality.
You know,
I
like
say it
literally
every
brings it up every
30
third word.
seconds. I'm like, well, I'm not on social.
Well,
I
if I was on
deactivated.
when I was on social media, if I
Yeah.
ever go back to
if I
social
ever go
media,
back, I do love being off socials, but because of that, I didn't like.
Yeah.
I didn't.
You didn't post on
bleed
social
any
and-
sort of socials, and like very few people did.
Yeah.
And the people who would have, we wouldn't have reposted anyway because we would have been from the pod anyway.
Yeah.
So we know that there's been, and it was a very small wedding.
Yes.
So not a lot of people got to see things. So we're excited today to kind of share kind of the lead up to the wedding,
Yes.
and then some wedding
Everything.
stuff. And then on the honeymoon, we just consumed an ungodly amount of content, like so much,
so
because
it's just a recommendation episode.
so this will then be, this is weddings and recommendations.
Yep.
But we're still just going to call it the wedding special, so people know. But for those of you that are living under a rock, my name is Chase, and I just got married. So the kiddos flew in on a Wednesday night, and then Thursday night we had Battle of the Boys. So Battle of the Boys was our like bachelor party, which was really just like a send off.
Yeah.
And we did it at a laser tag facility down in
Pleasant Grove.
Called
Rad
Rad
Tag.
Tag. We'd rented it out for the 2 hours. A blast. We had merch made. So we had hats and bandanas. People came in costume. My mom came in face camouflage and
Wait,
all black.
She put mascara all over. I'm like, what is this? She goes, I just put mascara all over my face.
Yeah,
I'm like, Liz, slay.
And
Which
we
what they should know about Liz, because we have talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
She is insanely talented at laser tag. Correct.
Yeah, like a stone cold killer. She did it. She played like in a league growing up while we were growing up. I mean, as she was a young adult. So we kind of set her up, unfortunately, to be like the target because we
Yeah.
basically gassed her up as like this incredible, which she is, an incredible laser tag player. And so that was really fun. Like it was really fun to
was
kind of have like
so
my family,
fun.
Steven's family, and then our friends all kind of getting to hang out together.
And there was like an arcade. There was kids. There was adults. Like,
yeah, and we will
it-
for sure
it
post
was
some of
not,
these pictures.
Like so serious. Like,
No.
it was
And it was
fun.
just really, really enjoyable. And it got us like really hyped where I remember like we were driving home and we were talking in the car about how fun it was to see how many people. And we were like, that was when the wedding butterflies really like came and just stayed with me until the end of the wedding. Mm-hmm. Friday morning, we did my boxing gym gave us a private boxing class for the wedding party. And it was really fun because like Steven's parents came. So they're like in
Yeah.
their 60s and they're boxing. And Ace is our trainer, and he's this amazing guy from Brooklyn. No, I think from the Bronx. And he's like, move, hit the bag, dog. You know, like he
Yeah.
calls me twin. And he did an amazing job. I got to make the playlist, which was really fun. Like all my like teen beats. Like
Yeah.
it was really, really fun. And then we prepped a lot on Saturday because we ended up making
Yeah.
a lot of the food.
No, okay. We'll get there. We'll
Yeah.
get there. We'll talk about
And
it.
so, but then we get there, and I just have to like major shout out our wedding day of, because I planned it. So she wasn't really our wedding planner,
Yeah.
although she does do wedding planning. But Wendy Smith, amazing job. She was kind of like the day of executor, and then she also did all the florals. She did a bunch of the candles, because just to like paint. And then we have to, when we talk about the wedding, we really can't not talk about Marty and Megan, who just were incredible. They did such an amazing job in setting it up. Megan was in charge of kind of catering, and
Her kids
was
were the
incredible.
waiters. They were like so sweet and precious.
They were perfect. Like,
Yeah.
so we walk in, just give everyone kind of the set. So we were downtown at this venue called Hearth, and it's a new wedding venue. You actually found it
Yes.
for us. So 10 points to Steph. And all white, kind of a big open space. And so we had the space enclosed in, it was like 28,000 lights, this light tent, which really had a cool impact. Didn't you think?
It was
like,
so stunning.
yeah, because you walked in and you were greeted. Like, well, obviously we had signage. We had a phone check, so nobody, like, people had to check their phone in, so we could just really control content.
Yeah.
And we had people that Steven has worked with do film, video, audio. So we had like 4 or 5 people taking pictures and doing multiple shots, video shots, which I can't wait for content.
Yeah.
Like, that is the hardest part.
No,
now.
like
Just
even
like,
the
please,
few
please,
photos I
please.
got the day of, I was
Yeah.
like, no, I need the full footage.
Yeah,
I need
and
all
I
of
think it's
it.
gonna be like stunning because the setting was just all white. So it was 2 long tables, and we had 1,000 candles on each table.
Yeah.
And so it was just, the center was full of candles with little sprigs of flowers. And then on the tables, we had written everybody a note, individual note for them all. And then had, we'd gone through and had printed off on Polaroids pictures of us with all the guests at the wedding to really like solidify that you guys were here because you've been a part of the journey.
You were a
and
part
that was
of
really
us.
fun to like have pictures of like me and my siblings when we were really younger, and then pictures with friends from years and years ago. And that was really cool. We had, also in the envelope, we had a game. We had a slip it in game where you could try to slip in sayings into the conversation
Emma
to
Nissen
earn.
came up to me at the end of the night. She had like 18 cards.
No, literally.
I was like, Emma, what?
No, she heard
She's
that
like,
we
where
were
do I
giving
turn
away
these in?
Lola. Yeah, I think she was like, I'm winning this thing. And Oliver and his friend Noah really loved that game as well. They were eating it up. And then we had, so that was like in a white envelope that was at everyone's place setting. And then we had a black, like 2-inch ribbon with really long tail bow.
That had your name on it.
And then it had the name on it. That was like the place card. And that was the only, like, it was just black and white.
Yeah.
We had black chairs, and then all the linens and everything were white and ivory. And then on everyone's seat, we'd made little wedding bags, little wedding kits with like tissues that were really cute. That
They
had
were
said like
so cute.
for happy tears, and then breath mints that said mint to be, and everything was a little like over the top.
It was adorable.
We had like Advil, we had floss, we did like, we really tried to like have what they would need. And it was thrilling to walk in and see it. So the whole place is encased in the light tent. And then we had a white grand piano there. And then Wendy had done
Gorgeous.
floral sprays on acrylic stands. That's where the ceremony was. And the backdrop of it, the venue had done like the drapery, all kind of crisscrossy and whatever.
Like these very like white linen drapes.
Yes,
It was
like,
very
all
ethereal.
white, ethereal, with then like the twinkle lights and the candles down the center. It really had, it was like striking.
No, when you get to when the ceremony starts, I will just tell you, I was like, this is what heaven feels like.
That's how I felt too. We've been really, really lucky. We've probably had like 24 people over the last 2 weeks write us messages, like kind of randomly. Like obviously there were a lot of people the night up, but then in the days that followed the 2 weeks, we've had like maybe 2,000 people write, just saying like, that was the most beautiful, like love-filled wedding. That is what I want heaven to be like. And that's how we've like described it. Everybody came in all black.
Yep.
Like no white, black on black
Not
on
an
black.
accessory was red.
No, that was...
It was clear on
It
the
was
invitation.
clear on the invitation. There was some heavy-handed.
There was not one person who would dare.
No, because I also had to authorize a bunch of outfits, which was great. So we have I had some pretty, I made goulash that day.
Yeah.
And we had Leslie, who is one of the artists that Steven works with, hair and makeup girl. So she was doing hair and makeup at our house.
Amazing.
Which was really nice. And Steven and I were able to take a nap. We took an afternoon nap.
Gorgeous.
We just had the kids stirring stuff. Oh my gosh.
The ring's gone.
The wedding ring. So I just keep dithering with it. But when we got to the venue, it was surreal.
Yeah.
And then we saw Megan Brown, who everyone knows we just love her, Sweet Tooth Fairy, had made 4 different cakes, one for each of us.
So
the
cute.
kids got to pick their cake flavors and decor, and then Stephen and I did as well. And then she had lollipops made that corresponded with the colors from each of the cakes, and those were in little jars. So that sort of stuff was really, really fun because it felt so personal. We had mocktails because we don't drink alcohol, so we didn't serve alcohol. We had sodas, and then the mocktails were the standing ovation, which was a apple cider ginger.
It was so
drink.
good.
And then mine was called the Your Honor, which was a hibiscus sour cherry.
Wait,
drink.
I had that one. That one was so
really
good.
Yeah.
It was better than the other one. Just kidding. I didn't even try the other one.
Yeah. And then we had for the kind of the appetizer / what we wanted people to have during the ceremony is we had gotten Amish popcorn, custom Amish popcorn.
Listen, I'm not saying I doubted you. I didn't. When you said I ordered 200 pounds of popcorn, I said, that sounds right.
Yeah.
But when I tell you it was so good, I was like, wait, send me a link.
So we'd sampled it.
It was so good.
We sampled it 2 weeks before during general conference, and we just pounded some of that. The garlic Parmesan popcorn.
Yeah, no, it was
delicious.
insane.
And then they had cookies and cream.
I kept going to get them, caramel. And then I would come back after going to talk to somebody, blah, blah. Traven, eat and have it. I'm stop.
Yeah.
Eating my refills.
No, I loved that. We had just a big popcorn station for people to get, because you thought if you're going to sit and watch the show, the ceremony, drink some popcorn.
No, and it was such a cute vibe.
Which was really fun. So when people were coming in, and we didn't have people come into the tent. We wanted everyone to kind of be mingling outside. And then it was kind of and now we can enter the tent, which that was a moment because we were saying hi to everyone on the perimeter. And then it was once everyone started going in and finding their seat and sitting down, I was like, oh my gosh, we're here for our wedding.
I know this is going to sound so dramatic. It was sacred.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice.
It was, I could cry.
Yeah.
It just the second everybody walked in, there was such a sense of purpose. God, I know that's what a wedding is there for, but it just became so special when you were inside of the tent.
Yeah, once we got into the tent portion, it really was transformative in a way. It transported you to this very cool vibe. And then we just have to take a minute. Ashley Hess, Emma Nissen performed as well, and Ashley Hess did. But just the beginning part was, and Steph was the MC. Wait, we should have started with this.
Yeah,
First
to be
off,
fair,
describe your dress. Or should you describe it? Because she looked incredible. Incredible.
And would you expect anything less for my best friend's wedding?
No, literally.
For my best friend's wedding? I was I will be the best dressed
No,
there.
and the fashions were amazing.
Yeah, no,
so
everybody really
people,
did look so gorgeous.
Out. I loved what my sister-in-law Carissa wore. Corseted dress with the little sash.
No, I literally was if I wasn't wearing what I'm wearing, I would be wearing what she's wearing.
Cassie's dress with the off-the-shoulder and the jewels were amazing. Steven's my brother-in-law. Ooh. Our brother-in-law Dario, who is Spanish from Spain, he was in a cool floral kind of crocheted shirt.
Gorgeous.
My younger brother was in a kimono jacket, which was really cool. The looks were looking.
Yeah.
My mom looked amazing. She officiated. We'll talk about that later. But she was wearing a dress that had jewels, diamond studs, whatever, faux, whatever.
Yeah.
But as a collar, so it's kind of like Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Oh, yeah.
Because she was officiating and everything.
Yeah.
So there were those moments. But Steph for sure stood out as just like a gorgeous. So
off the shoulder, big like poofy sequin sleeve. It was all sequin, mermaid gown. Honestly, I was like 8.
And the boobs were boobing.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible. And her hair was curled and down. And she emceed. So she also, like, so funny. As you guys can imagine, as soon as she got up there, like, Steph had asked me that day.
Yeah.
You ran a couple jokes.
There was a couple jokes that I was like, listen.
I just need to,
I'm not trying to turn it into a roast, but I wanted to green light a few.
And not a roast of us, but a roast of the people
there.
Because the best part was that Gentry, one of the groups that Steven performs with, was there. And so Steph had said, and Matt and Savannah were there, also people who, and they weren't performing because Steven performs with them and we didn't want Steven to perform.
When I told jokes to other people, I'm like, they didn't perform because Steven is a part
of the group,
of their
and
performance.
He just wanted to
Steven wanted to enjoy his wedding, not like be a performer at his wedding.
Right.
We're all aware of this.
We all get that. So Steph said, wow, and I see Gentry's here in the back. Kind of crazy that they wanted me on a mic before you guys. And when I tell you the ripple of laughter that was like, ha ha ha, and then everyone like kind of looked back and then they laughed. And so then there was like a resurgence of laugh, which was great. She did an amazing job. And so
my favorite joke actually.
Yeah.
Your wedding was the night of the Holy War. They had a phone check and you were permitted to check your phone throughout the night. You just weren't allowed to bring it into the tent. Scores and babysitters. So I said, you are permitted to check your phones this evening. I know it's the Holy War tonight, but all of you are at a gay wedding, so I'm going to assume none of you are into sports. That was my best one.
There were 3 people in the room that were into sports. I think everyone else was kind of like, what's this going on?
Yeah, what?
And actually, the bartender had the game on.
Running.
So if you wanted the score, I told the people I knew that really, really cared, I was like, just go get drinks multiple times and you can check the score and hang out there, which was kind of a nice thing. But Steph then said, everybody stand. Yeah. And that is when the goosebumps came. Like, this could make me emotional. I'm going to really try hard not to, like, cry on our pod.
No, you should, because it was the most beautiful
everybody
thing ever.
stood, and we wanted to hug everybody walking to
While
the aisle.
Ashley Hess sang Alicia Keys'
No One, a stripped version, which is like, boom. I just want you close.
It was, like, so slow and so beautiful.
Boom. Where you can stay forever.
Yeah.
It was like light and just and we started hugging people. And we started with Charlotte and Oliver. Oof. Yeah. And I can't believe I haven't mentioned them yet. Getting married to your favorite person in front of your kids, knowing that they love him and that he loves them, was incredible. Yeah. Like that was, and so we'd initially just planned to hug. We were just trying to start on the one side, and that would have just had Charlotte. Mm-hmm. And we went over to hug Charlotte, and Oliver came over and hugged us out of turn. And there was just like that moment of the 4 of us hugging each other at the beginning. That was just like, like just breathe. Like, I'm going to be fine, centering. You know? And so then we hugged everybody. We went up one side, walked and then down the other side, and then like, up and down.
What was so beautiful about that truly is that I'm like, oh, when I get to heaven, like that's how I want to be received.
Totally. Like when I come through the other side, I want there to be a line of people who I just love and know that we're going to have an amazing meal together. But then like I just Alicia get to Keys see them singing, all. Yeah, like, and it's. I don't even want Alicia Keys. I want Ashley Hess singing. Yeah, no. Steph and I were talking before. We're like, we just love her. Oh, we love her so much. Ashley Hess is just a goddess. Yeah. We love her. So she did that, and we hugged everybody.
No, but pause because you do like. What was the experience about it? Is that like, you had a very small wedding. There was not one person in that room who shouldn't have been there. Yeah. Like to be able to walk around a room of 50 people and hug them and like hug them. Yeah. These were not like so glad you came.
No, this was like, I had to catch my breath.
You're walking through the wedding line and you're like, oh, this is a friend of my parent. Like every single person that was there, you hugged for 3 seconds
If
and
not longer,
held
like,
them.
Yeah. And
Like-
then like multiple had said like, we're here forever. We will have your back forever. Oh, it's like the stuff that it was just like these people had. Here's why it matters.
Yeah.
Being gay in the church is very nuanced.
Yep.
It can be very alienating. It can be very lonely. It can also be very scary because there's just not a lot of examples of how to do it. And we are God-fearing people because we love Jesus, we love God, and we delayed getting married for as long as we did until both of us could feel like really centered, congruent with our personal values to do it.
Yep.
And to look as I'm walking through the rows of people, and I'm just thinking about their part in our journey, and like the people that have weathered the storms and weathered breakups and anxieties and fears and my divorce and helping to raise these kiddos by myself, but never really by myself because I always had this incredible community of people who, like, so many holidays, they were there helping to make it amazing for my kids, and then they're there watching us all get married, like, and like everybody, you're right, everybody who is there absolutely deserved to be there. Do we wish that more people could have been there? Of course. Like, I don't want to say, like, if you weren't there, you don't matter.
Absolutely not to say.
But the people who were there really did matter so much. And I had multiple times to like catch my breath because I knew it was going to be emotional.
Yeah.
It was kind of intentional so that we could just let it bleed the emotion out before we got to the ceremony.
Yeah.
But then there was something about seeing certain people who are like, I can hear them crying as I'm getting close up to them. And I'm like, I'm going to look at you in the eye and see your completely tear-stained face and have to be like, dang it, you know? Because then at the very end, we grabbed my mom. She was the last person because she officiated. And we got to the thing. And then when we got up to the ceremony spot, Ashley transitioned to just a couple bars of Latch by Sam Smith.
Yep.
The part that says, now I've got you in my space. I won't let go of you. Got you shackled in my embrace. I'm latching onto you. Which I think is really cool for like marriage thing. And so then she stopped and then my mom officiated. Yeah. And then everyone sat down and it was like this. Sit down.
No, literally.
Like the audio from the thing is not going to be usable because all the mics just picked it up.
Like, they started walking down the aisle. You just hear the opening of the wedding kit.
Yeah.
To get the tissues out. Yeah. Like, we were just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Open the kit.
And then my mom gave her sermon, which she asked, do you guys want a preview of this before anybody said no? We just want to be surprised.
Nope, be surprised.
I'm so glad that we didn't get it beforehand.
Yeah.
But I also got it posthand. We got it written out. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
She talked about that kind of categorically one of the most beautiful songs written, except like people across the board believe it to be Ode to Joy. And that was Beethoven, right?
Yep.
Beethoven's. All of a sudden, I'm like getting it wrong. I was
Beethoven
like, and some German poet. My mom was really talking about the marriage of music and lyrics, and that was a huge. The reason for the success of the song was because of that beautiful marriage, and that Stephen brings the music and I bring the words.
And she said, like, when the writer was asked about his relationship with Beethoven, he said, with you, I am better than I am.
With you, I am more than I am.
More than I am, yes.
Yeah. And that was like the theme, was like, with your person, you're more than you are by yourself.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like the theme that we have really been kind of leaning in. So that was really gorgeous. We then exchanged our vows. And I do just want to share a little bit of the vows here because these are really, this is a funny.
You can share the funnies for sure.
Yeah, I just want to do some of the funnies. Stephen and I did not share vows with each other beforehand.
Yeah.
We shared a little bit of like the framework, like, hey babe, I'm not just doing straight vows. I'm going to have a little bit of a warm up and then you have yours. But then, so we had, it was just a like it was so meaningful. Like that, those will be things. And we had them typed up. So we didn't have it on our phones or anything. It was just like an actual thing, card with ribbon. And then it said Chase's vows and Steven's vows, so that we can keep them forever and kind of printed. But I do want to just share a couple. These were some parts of my like parts. I will say we also each made promises to the kids.
Yeah.
There.
No, that was what I was
that was the part that was like,
please don't go into it.
I know, I can't actually just
please actually don't.
Since I know my kids listen, I do just want to say, that was like, when you look out and you see your kids just like crying, like so much emotion, but just crying, and they were holding our rings and the vows, and they were hanging on every word.
Yeah.
And so when we got to look out to them, and I told them, I was like, for a long time, it was just the three musketeers.
Yeah.
Figuring life out.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I wanted to thank them for like being patient as I was figuring life out. Yeah. And like not throwing in the towel when life was messy, and then made sure that they knew that the relationship with Stephen that I have will never take away from the relationship that I already promised God I would cultivate with them as their dad. And then Stephen had said something really similar, which we had not planned on at all. And I just always want my kids to know that like we will be their parents no matter what, like ugly, good, all of it, every phase, every chapter, we're there. But I had said this, and this was kind of like the theme. On the one theme was just how lucky I've been my whole life, because I really have been so lucky. Yeah. Like I win concert tickets like crazy. Yeah. I was picked out of the crowd at Vegas to be in a magic show. Yep. I've won front row tickets to Wicked on Broadway, Chicago in the Heights, all the greats. And then I said, and I'm just going to read this portion. This is like my lead up, because and we're trying to, like, if people are there, I'm not being flippant with my vows, because we're not going to share all of them.
Yes, of course.
Babe, when we went on our first date, I took you to the airport where we made welcome home signs and talked about our favorite travel destinations and places that were on our bucket list. Indeed, in the 6.5 years we've been together, we've traveled the world and we've seen so many of its beauties. Ugh. Of all the places, though, I am excited to travel with you. I'm most looking forward to going home together, both to our kids and cats, and then one day to our king. He will sort everything out. I hope he makes a place for us and our love and our friendship. And until we get there, at our final destination, I make the following vows. And then we made promises.
What do you mean? Like I wasn't supposed to cry at my best friend's wedding?
I know. Literally, I'm like, even
what do you
crying
mean?
thinking about it. I did say, I promise to try more weird juices and less swig, because he also said, I promise to not make you eat so many of my weird food, because he eats just like weird food. No. It's so weird. He makes up porridge every morning. He's like, I love it. I'm like, ugh. I said, I promised you a better job at figuring out the end of a movie we're both watching for the first time, so that I can answer your incessant questions about the movie we're both watching for the first time.
That one got a good laugh.
That one got a good laugh because it's so relatable. Like if you're in a relationship, one of you is watching TV asking questions. Why did they do that? What's she doing?
I don't know. I also haven't seen this.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. Let's watch and find out. That's what I say all the time. I said, I promise to be a support to you as you chase your dreams wherever they may be. Should you want to fly, I will be your wings. Should you want to sail, I will be the breeze. And should you want to hike the highest mountain, I will find someone else to go with you, because I'm not going to be a hiker. And a couple of people said to me, they were like, when you started talking about hiking, I was like, what's he going to say here? Because he hates being outside. And then when I said, I'm going to find someone else for you to do that, they're like, on brand. Yeah. And so that he made his vows. There were obviously more because it was a little bit longer. And then we exchanged rings. It is so funny how different our rings are. People have been like, oh, did you guys get matching rings?
They're as different as you are.
They're as different as we are. Steven's is a sensible white gold, cool little details, but not anything super flashy or showy, just whatever. Mine is a black hammered cobalt and then a halo of black diamonds.
No, but it's so you.
But it's so me.
Ever since you have been married. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wow. You also haven't been wearing your other rings.
Right. Not as much.
And I'm like, That's him. That's
Yeah.
so you.
This is now. I feel like it needed to have some pizzazz because I have so many other rings that have such pizzazz that I have really stripped down wearing the other rings.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll always love like my snake ring. I love my
Yeah.
claw ring. I love my cross ring. Like I have a lot of rings, but there's nothing like a wedding ring.
Yeah.
That's the ring that gets the
Yeah, that's
job
the
done.
one.
And so then we had food. We finished and we had food. And our menu was the stories behind
Actually,
each of
sorry.
the dishes.
After the vows, then I got up and talked to. Just kidding.
Oh, that's right. Then Steph
Just
did another
kidding.
one. She did a toast. You had a busy job because you
Yeah.
kept coming up multiple times to kind of help.
I was like,
the
oh,
next
sorry, me
phase,
again.
Next
It's
phase.
it's about
next
me
phase.
again.
No, literally. I think you're up 4 times.
Yeah.
Which, if we had the most confidence that you could do that.
Yeah.
That's why we were like, oh, it has to be Steph.
No, and you guys were like, that's the hardest job. I was like, no. I was literally praying you wouldn't ask me to officiate.
No,
The
literally.
fear of God that was in me, that I was like, if I don't, that's not one of those things that you have to do a buyback. Like where
Yeah.
you're like, you asked me, so I asked you.
Right.
Please,
We're
I'm so
okay.
scared.
Stay on your thing.
I'm so scared. Please don't
I
ask
knew
me to
that that
officiate.
wouldn't be your vibe. I mean, you would have still done an amazing job, I think. But I think
No, I would have
doing
killed
the
it, but-
MC work was good too. I forgot that's what she did. A really beautiful toast. And then she was like, cool, criminal to make us watch you hug everyone else that you
Yeah,
love.
you're fired.
Like, that's really not
Yeah.
kind. But then I will say what was we really loved the menu. Really, we had just written each of the purpose behind each of the dishes because we just served it all family style, and it just was like course after
Yeah.
course after course. And then the program was black with white text, and then the menu was white with black text. Very black and white theme.
Yes.
We did fruit bags, because when Steve and I first were dating, I had to bring a family dinner, a recipe or a side dish to a family dinner. And I said, oh man, we got to bring a side dish. And he was like, okay, like super eager. If intention was currency, he'd be Warren Buffett.
Yes.
And so he was like, okay, I know. Fruit bags. And I'm like, what are those? Like thinking like, oh my gosh, these must be like a Nelson
Innovative.
thing, like so cool. He's like, okay, you get a bunch of fruit, you cut it up, you put it in bags. And then everyone just grabs like a bag of fruit. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. He said it again, like I didn't hear him.
Like a fruit
And I was
bag.
like, we will not be doing that. But I did say to him, like, but if we get married, we can serve fruit bags at our wedding, you weirdo, whatever.
Yeah.
So we started off with fruit bags, which was cut up fruit,
and they were
tahini,
so good.
chamoy. And like what was meant to be like a gag, actually people were like,
No,
this is
good.
delicious.
It was good.
Then you know how I feel that we've talked a lot about my meaty salad
And
on the pod.
you know what? I did turn to him at one point and say, I'll never make fun of your
Never
meaty
make
salad
fun of
again.
I know. That did greenlight
The
me.
dressing was flawless.
Thank you. I candied my own
And then people are
pecans.
like, where's the meat? I'm like, you guys are dumb.
Like, actually, you don't
Listen to the
understand. It's called a
podcast.
meaty salad. And then we had, my mom made chili quiles
Well, that
for
was
everyone.
my other joke. I said, I introduced myself and I was like, which I'm sure you knew because I'm pretty sure this is
All of our podcast
all of
listeners.
our podcast listeners.
The majority of them in that room. We get it. And so we had, my mom makes chilaquiles for Steven when he's on Christmas tour.
Oh, those are
And
so
she made
good.
chilaquiles. That was the best batch I've ever had.
Wow.
She crushed it. And then I made goulash. And then we had meatballs and mashed potatoes and gravy, which was great.
Yep.
And then we had all the desserts. And then we had, during the desserts, we had Ashley and Emma performed. And then different songs.
Yeah.
And then we had toasts. We had the dads do toasts, which I thought were so cute.
They were
Like,
adorable.
My dad, I just think he did an amazing job.
I cannot forget your dad standing up and saying, I love effort.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what a wonderful way to say, like, you know, like there is like, I love when things turn out. I love when things are beautiful. I love when things are perfect. But like,
Because that's what he was talking about. He was talking about how beautiful the wedding
love
was.
effort.
Yeah.
Is like so well said to me. Like, I just love when people work.
Yeah. And put in the time and the energy and the
Yeah,
planning.
it was his version
and the
of Slay the
execution.
House Down Boots Mama.
Fully. It's a white elderly man's version of Slay
I love that you
Queen.
worked hard on this.
Yeah.
That's what he was trying to say.
So he did great. Steven's dad did great. And then we had another song. And then we had our sister. I had my sister and Steven had his oldest sister, Shalene, give toast, which were really sweet. Chelsea's toast crushed it.
Yeah.
Crushed it. She talked a lot about, and I had never really thought about this, but she was like, Steven, I have had my car hitched to his wagon for my whole life. and it's fun.
Yeah.
And it's wild. And you actually don't know exactly what's happening. Any given day you wake up and he says, hey, I've got an idea. And you're like, oh, Lord. And you know it's going to be fun, but it's also going to be crazy. She's like, so I've been a passenger on that crazy ride with him because she's my twin sister.
Yeah.
She's like, so now you're taking that on.
She did such a beautiful job.
She did an amazing job. I wrote her and was like, I need a copy of that because it was beautiful. And then Steven's sister did an equally beautiful job where she talked about how it's true Steven's like a genius, like a savant. But those that know him know how heavy that is and how hard it is and how much it costs. And so she talked about how I don't know, like, obviously, like, the wedding was just like the most beautiful day of my life. So it's why it's making it so emotional. Because she'd said, like, it's easier for us knowing now that Steven has you going into tour and that, like, you will shoulder that burden with him. And when she said that, it really hit me where I was like, wow, one of my marital purposes will be to be like the support to Steven on tour. And I was like, done. Say less. So I bought a bunch of new clothes yesterday to be supportive.
On his card.
Thank you, babe. What's yours is mine now. And then and those toasts were great. Ashley and Emma were great. But then the toasts that stole the show were the kids. Mm-hmm. The kids were the last toasts.
Oh, my gosh. Your kids are... Did you help them with theirs?
No, we didn't even know. All we did was print it. That was
eloquent, flawless,
like all of
funny,
both of
good,
them had
like well-rounded storytelling.
They had like a callback.
Yeah,
they had the initial thought and then a callback. Oliver talked about.
I was like, Chase wrote
cuddles.
these.
No,
but like I knew you didn't. But there was just like. It was so well done.
Yeah, I was beaming.
Yeah.
Like I hope I saw the camera get me a couple of times, and like I saw him like
you were,
watching
like,
me.
The beams of light.
I didn't even care. I was like I was so laser focused. Oliver grabbed the mic and starts kind of walking the room. Now Oliver wore, because he was all black, so we got him a black Brooks Brothers suit, a black shirt, black tie clip, a black flower
tight.
pin.
He just looked like a little...
He looked like a little European football star doing a press conference. Like, incredible. He grabs the mic and starts like, hey, guys, I'm Oliver.
Hey, I'm
the
Oliver.
youngest. Like, but he ends his toast like Manny Delgado says from Modern Family, go gay marriage. Go gay marriage. And holds up his thing. Like, so funny.
That was so funny.
And then Charlotte gets up there and says, well, this is quite a surprise to me. For the longest time, Steven was just my dad's special friend. I guess he's a little more than that. And everyone's like, and then she made a comment of like, and then Steven makes my dad happy in ways I don't even want to know. And we were all like, and she, oh my gosh, her dress was stunning. Leslie did an incredible job on her updo. She just looked like a 29-year-old. Like everyone kept saying, that's your daughter? She's 8. She's a beautiful woman. And she talked about us being because we've also said like we're the Fantastic Four now. Mm-hmm. We used to be like the Three Musketeers, now we're Fantastic Four. And so she went through what like each of our superpowers were, and that individually we weren't nearly as strong, but together we're the Fantastic Four. So to the Fantastic Four, like amazing. That Steve and I went up and thanked everybody, and then I was able to convince Steven to do the sing along. We did a sing along at the end to Bohemian Rhapsody. And we had written it into parts. So we had people that got the red parts for the "We feel like no, vive notre Amigo."
Yep.
And we had air guitar dance breaks. When I tell you
that was one of the funnest things I've ever done at a wedding.
Oh.
I literally was like, every wedding should end with a sing-along. Like, I literally was like, and this is the best way to end. Like, stop doing walkouts. Mm-hmm. Stop doing, like, first dances.
Print the lyrics out. People were, at first, a little bit reserved.
Well, except for me and you.
No. Like, at first, I think what I mean is when we announced what they were doing, I think everyone, because then all the waiters were passing out the lyric sheets. And I was like, okay, who's on the blue team? And people are like, me.
Yeah.
Who red team? Okay, good. I'm like, okay, guys, let's start it. And then it kind of starts, and I look over because I'm just looking at Steven because Steven was like, I'm nervous. What if people don't do it? What if it falls flat? And I was like, baby, I promise
You did not
like
invite
in
the
my
people
head,
for that.
but I was like, in my head, I could see it. Like I could see every part of the wedding beforehand. It was like I had a little vision.
Well, that's why I also was like, and I'm going to full send.
Yeah.
I was literally pounding the tables.
No, like as soon as it started, I then look and I actually saw Molly Robinson and Matt. They were like, she was like, no, stand up. And she like slowly points to me, Matt standing, Molly stands. I look over and then we start. And then for the first air guitar break, when I see people just like dancing their asses off in the center with the chair, like that was.
No, I like threw away my lyric sheet.
No,
like I
literally.
was like, bye.
And then
I'll be singing all parts.
Yes. And then Steph ended the night and just said, now give them basically a huzzah and then get them out of here. Was just, the whole night was so great. And then when
you fled the room, I said, no, everybody go grab your phone so you can take pictures.
Yeah, never go grab your phones and take pictures. And those were the only photos that people got. Which is why I really didn't have. No. Because I was like, oh, well, for this episode, will we post a little bit more content? No, we don't have.
Like, show me everything. I'm like, I got 2 photos. I got one of me and Traven. I got one of a selfie with my parents.
Yeah.
Those are the only photos I got.
No, literally, it was I've never been more excited for the photos to come from the photographer because I don't have a single picture of what the venue looked like. I don't have a single picture of what Ashley looked like at the piano or the food looked like or what my kids looked like. Like I have one picture backstage that my sister-in-law took of my mom, of like my mom's sister-in-law and Charlotte, like the Walker girls. And then I have the picture that Oliver and Noah took together. His friend Noah took in the groom room beforehand. That's it. Like, and then I have a picture of Steven that Steven's brother and sister-in-law took of the 4 of us, which is the only look. Oh, my look, by the way. This I should have said. It finally came. That was actually big drama. There was the storm on the coast of Japan where I guess the clothier had sent our suits got wrecked in that. Thing. So we like panicked, had to get suits remade. They ended up coming in perfectly black suit. I had a black suit, jacket, pants, double-breasted low vest, and then my black shirt, which was a spandexy shirt with an extra long cuff with multiple buttons, kind of like Western style. And then I wore a silk barrister's tie, like an old lawyer's tie from the West from 1856 that I got from a museum, which I just like loved that it was
so gorgeous.
It was like a little, just enough unique and fashion forward without being like wearing lace and a veil for me. Like,
oh, he wore this giant bow tie or a cravat. Like it was
like tasteful, I thought. And then Steven just looked incredible. He had a knit tie, a perfect fit suit. Like, it was just, I cannot wait for the pictures because I really don't have almost any.
No, any.
And I cannot wait for those pictures. And then I'll come back on social just to like post it and share the little teaser video. And then we had multiple videos being cut. So we'll have like the program, we'll have the ceremony, then we'll have the performances, and then we'll have a teaser. So we're going to have those, which I'm excited about. And then I just need the photos to come back. Because I have in my mind the one shot of the tent from kind of back, you see the rows, black candles, black space, black candles, black space, and then in the front are somewhere. Like I know what that picture's gonna look like. I just can't wait to see it and to see what we looked like. And Levitt, the photographer, is just a real. I mean, she's Imagine Dragons photographer. Like she knows how to get. And we wanted her just to shoot photograph an event. To have it be event photography. So we didn't do like family pictures. We didn't do anything. We did like one of the 4 of us, but we didn't do anything else big. So. And then we were supposed to be in Turks and Caicos for our honeymoon, but we found out 2 weeks before that we couldn't get guaranteed transport from the one hopper plane to the island because of Hurricane Melissa, which thank goodness we didn't end up going there at all, or else we would have for sure been hit in the hurricane. It would have ruined the honeymoon. So we went to Mexico, and this is what we learned. We are not resort people. We're not pool people. We're adventure, go see, tour, go sightsee.
I need a mix. I like can't do the pool every single day. I need like we have a big day and we are out all day doing something, and then I need a relaxed day, and then the next day we do something. Like I need some stacking.
And we'd heard that the cartels had made some threats against the Americans there in Mexico, and so we were not super keen to like go out anywhere.
Yeah,
We
let's
just
go
stayed
on
in
an
a resort. It was
ATV
a 5-star
ride.
resort, adults only, all inclusive. There was like a Michelin star chef there, so it was really, really fun.
Yeah.
However, we are just not those people. So we spent the majority of the time in bed watching TV.
Yeah.
Which is one of my absolute favorite things to do.
Yeah,
we
no,
did that
like
for
that's
8
exactly
days.
what I wanted.
And so we are going to end the episode. Anything else you want to say about
With
before
all
the
of the
wedding?
content.
With all the content.
Yeah.
And I'm doing least favorite and most favorite, but let's do your 3 chibis and then we'll end with
remind me
mine.
mine because your list is so long.
Yeah, my list is like, just so you guys know, yeah, it's way too much.
Yeah.
Like I knew I watched way too much content.
But
I'm going to report on that. That's
sorry,
our
I
job.
wanted to. Too bad.
Okay, you said Sunrise on the Reaping, which is my
Oh,
next book to read
that's
once
the
I finish
Hamish
book
book?
8. Yeah.
So good. No Hamish slander. That man went through it.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
Which, like, it's not like it's a spoiler because you, like, know that he wins, but, like, his life is sad and he deserves to be the worst.
Okay, good.
Okay?
So I
now,
get
if I go read back or, like, rewatch The Hunger Games, I know every time he's on screen, I'm just going to start to sob. Like,
Yeah, you're like, oh, sweet.
that
Hamish,
man went
baby.
through it.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Then you have the only one left.
The only one left was a thriller I read. It was good. Kept me interested the whole time. The audiobook.
What kind of thriller? Like period piece or modern day
No,
cyber?
modern day, and takes place in this house on a cliff, and she is a caretaker for somebody, a very old woman who has had like multiple strokes, can only move her left hand, and there is like town rumors that she murdered her whole family.
Okay, cool.
And so she's like trying to kind of figure out what actually happened the night of the murders while she's being this person's caregiver. I will say it's like one of those where it's like a twist, another twist, a slay, a twist. Oh my gosh, the twist has a twist. And
so a little like heavy-handed in the twist, you'd say?
not like heavy-handed, but I was like, oh my gosh, another one. Like it will literally, I was like, oh my goodness, something else is happening. Like
You turn the page and you're like, I had to have missed something.
no,
So what do you
genuinely.
mean there's now a dragon?
yeah, truly.
Yeah.
But it was really interesting, and I would recommend the audiobook, but only if you're in the mood for a thriller.
Okay.
I did pick up a second thriller recently that's called No One Is Watching. And I'm only halfway through, but like right now it feels like the thriller is about like the gentrification of her neighborhood. I'm like, this is not what I was expecting, but
You're
I'm
like,
gonna
I guess that's thrilling
gonna-
for some, not for the reader.
but I'm like, I guess it's the paranoia we made along the way. Like, I don't, I'm trying to figure it out. I'll keep you guys posted. My last one, I think, was Real Housewives of Salt Lake because
Yes. This season
listen, when John Oliver got on Stephen Colbert and talked about how this show is actual perfection
Agreed.
of psychopaths, he meant that. It is
Agreed.
excellent reality television if
season-
you like reality television.
Yep, this season they know how to deliver. They are putting in the work. No one is phoning in anything.
No.
Every single person. I think they must have been listening to the podcast last season because we said, Lisa Barlow's carrying this season on her back. They all said, "Hold my snowflake." They are. Every single person
Every
is
single
bringing
person has
it.
showed up to work.
It is New York City seasons 4, 5,
Yeah.
6.
Well, and even the person that I would say, like Meredith, I would say is like one of the like background
ancillary,
characters
yeah.
right now. Meredith still will show up to go on a walk with Heather in a full freaking heel. And Heather's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, fully. Just at Olympus Park,
Yes.
which if you know they are stepping over needles and asking crack addicts to just like cool their tits.
It's so...
But on the show, it looks like they're just in another
A leisurely
gorgeous
walk.
elite park. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I've seen some things go down
Yeah.
there that are not legal.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay. Now,
All right, start your list.
Yes, I've got a couple of movies first that I just need to go through. I did Ballerina, the John Wick spinoff with
my
Ana de
friend's,
Armas.
uncle directed that.
Oh, excellent. I will say
Really?
it was really good.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah, I really, really liked that. I watched that on the plane. Watched Bride Hard, the Rebel Wilson
Okay.
movie. Stupid.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
get me out the plane. This
Yeah.
was not good for me. Materialists with Dakota Johnson,
Okay.
Pedro Pascal, Chris Evans.
Is that the one where you're
Fantastic.
really?
I know it was controversial. But if I watched it, like, first off, it's all about the deal of marriage. So when you're watching it, going on your honeymoon, you're kind of like watching with very different eyes. I thought it was really, really, really well done. I think Dakota Johnson is actually an amazing actress. I think Pedro Pascal was like, he was fine. But I thought Chris Evans, I mean, his role was meh. Yeah. Like, I get why there was some controversy on that, why the reception wasn't super high, but I thought it was really, I think really, really interesting.
Also everybody was expecting like a romance movie, and that's not what it is.
That's not what it was. And it opens with the concept of like
a dialogue on romance.
A dialogue on marriage. Yeah. Because it's really she's a matchmaker.
Yeah.
But it opens with her opining on the very first people who ever got married. Why did they do it? What's the dower? How's that evolved? Yeah. And we're no longer a dowry nation. Like, we're not a dowry people, principally. Yeah. But we are still kind of like, there's those kind of conversations. I thought it was actually really good. You should give it a watch. Okay. I also watched House of Dynamite. I watched it with Steven there.
Remind me who's in that.
That is like Idris Elba. It's brand new on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's Catherine Bigelow, Zero Dark 30, and she
never heard of this, but
Zero Dark 30. You never heard of that?
I've heard of that, but like
that was like nominated. She was married to James Cameron, who directed Titanic, directed Avatar.
Yeah, no, I know James Cameron.
And Catherine Bigelow is his ex-wife, and she does these war movies like Zero Dark 30, which was all about how kind of torturing led to the capture of Osama bin Laden. They're based on true events and or true scenarios, or potentially true scenarios. Okay, so this one is like the story. So it's cut from 3 different vantage points, and it has like Rebecca Ferguson, A-listers are in it in all the parts, but it's what would happen if a nuclear warhead suddenly comes into our orbit, and we know that we're going to be hit by a nuke. The United States are. What is the response? What are the different lenses? Now, it got panned a little bit because of its really abrupt ending. So if you're wanting like a satisfaction, like this is the answer, that wasn't the purpose of the movie. The purpose of the movie was to talk about all the different aspects that go into what would be the final decision. We're left not knowing. Yeah. So that is a spoiler. But if you've heard of it at all, you know that that's the spoiler. Really, really interesting. I would not use the word upbeat to describe it. Yeah. I would say it's thriller. Yeah. But I would much rather be gentrification than like the impending nuclear war. Yeah. And then who are we going to have a nuclear war with? Crazy. Okay. Then we get into my shows. Wife Swap Housewife Edition.
Okay, yes.
Is 10 out of 10 no notes.
Okay.
They've only had 2 episodes. Melissa Gorga and Angie Castanevis.
When I tell you there was a preview of Melissa Gorga's episode on it, Traven goes, "Is that Jennifer Lopez?" I said, "Let me get Melissa Gorga on the phone." No, she would love to hear that.
She would cry and say, "Oh my God, stop. You think that?" And then would be like, "Can you say that again?"
Yeah, no, she'd be like, "Can you get..."
She would be pulling out her Build-A-Bear and having that be recorded like Jared Osmond. Goes,
"Is that Jennifer Lopez?" I was like, the way that like you don't even understand how much Melissa Gorga would have loved to hear that from your mouth.
She would kill Jennifer Lopez to be Jennifer Lopez.
Truly. I was like,
if Jennifer Lopez goes missing, contact Melissa Gorga. She's there. She was a part of it somehow. This is what I love. So it's a housewife switching place with like an everyday wife. Now, Angie Castanevis, they obviously pick her swap is someone who's fully off grid. Yeah. Like bathing in a random river and like no running water in the house. Angie has sat at like maybe a 5 out of 10 for me on Salt Lake City Housewives. Like
she has her great episodes, but she has like she lulls sometimes.
10 out of 10 now.
Okay, amazing.
She was incredibly likable.
Yeah, incredibly
charismatic. It also goes to show, Steven was asking because Steven watched it with me, and he was like, "Oh, is that kind of on brand? Like, is that kind of who she's on the show?" And I was like, "Not really." It goes to show the editors have a lot of power.
So I would say yes in the moments where she gets single moments, But when she has had single moments, I don't usually pay attention to her.
No, and I find her to be a little bit shrill, a little bit camera horror. She just is mixed bag for me. Not anymore. I will ride for her. Okay, we then watched Chad Powers. That's the Glenn Powell new series on Disney Plus and Hulu, based on the Peyton Manning or Eli Manning. One of the Mannings went undercover and did like a camp, walk on, whatever.
Yeah.
Story about that. If you got nothing else to watch, you could watch that and be totally fine. You do see some really gorgeous men in the locker room, and that is always worth a little TV. But other than that, leave it, take it or leave it. On brand. This is the new Jimmy Fallon and Bozeman St. John show. It's on Peacock. I don't know if it's on NBC normal streaming. It very well could be. I just don't have normal TV. I just have streaming. Peacock. It's like 12 creatives all vying. Jimmy Fallon has created the on-brand advertising agency, and they're all vying to be like the head advertiser. Mm-hmm. These are really big name companies. We're talking Dunkin' Donuts, Southwest Airlines, KitchenAid, asking them to do real marketing campaigns for various things. Jennifer Gardner's in it. I mean, like they've got A-listers, they've got A-list companies. Really good. It's like Apprentice, but creative. What I will say is the whole season's streaming now. They do wrap it up way too quick. All of a sudden, we're like losing someone every other episode, and then it's half of you will be eliminated, and the finale is next week. Yeah. And you're like, did we run out of funding?
You guys cut the episodes.
I would be really interested to see what season 2 would be. Yeah. I hope they do it. Still going, by the way. Yeah. I am about halfway done. Just for listeners to know, go grab a drink, grab a snack, do some stretching.
Yeah. We still got some more.
Only Murders in the Building season 5. I watched that whole season. That is a perfect TV show.
I think I stopped after season 2.
You need to get back on.
I didn't even get to...
the writing... You didn't even get to who died?
Who is Martin Short dating right now?
Oh, Meryl Streep.
I didn't even get to Meryl Streep.
Oh.
Okay. I'll get back in.
The comedy, the writing is so funny. Smart. And it's a big deal when you're getting real big actors and actresses. I mean, Renee Zellweger, Christopher Waltz in the last season.
Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep. These are people, Martin Short, Steve Martin, Selena Gomez, Key and Peele. Who Key and Peele? Is it Michael Key? Michael Key?
I don't know.
Peele.
Every time
I get them so mixed up. I know it's like really bad scene. Really incredible cast. And I just love it. There's also a commissioner, like a judge, but doing family law, who loves Only Murders in the Building. And so whenever I'm in front of this commissioner, I will end up having a sidebar and we'll talk about the episode. And thankfully I was in court this week and I was in the same commissioner's courtroom. And so we were able to chat about the movie, which it makes it even more fun. So I loved Only Murders in the Building season 5. In that I loved, like looking back on it, I'm like, super smart. What's her name? Who was on Broadway and was Funny Girl before Lea Michele. And
Beanie?
Yes, Beanie Feldstein. She's in it as well. She plays a pop star.
I don't know,
but she's in it and she's great too. It's really, really good. The Last Frontier is on Apple Plus. There's only been 5 episodes out, I think, out of 10, maybe 8. Amazing concept.
Wow, okay.
It's scripted, not reality.
Cool.
Obviously, when you hear the concept, you're going to be like, so you're saying it's not reality TV? And I'm going to say that's correct. And I guess it goes without assuming because it's a U.S. Marshals are transporting a bunch of prisoners. They stop off and grab another prisoner who is like hooded, goggles, headphones, triple shackled, whatever. And they are flying over Alaska when the plane goes down, and they are all these inmates are on the run. Yeah, see, not reality, but I would watch, honestly.
A reality TV show where they're like,
with the criminals.
Our plane crashed.
Right,
let's see what these criminals do.
Let's see how they handle it in like a perimeter, like a false perimeter with like an electric fence. Yeah. And they only can go so far. No, it's gory. I think it's realistic of what like really dangerous people would do if pushed to the limits. But it's a small town. It's Fairbanks, Alaska. their U.S. Marshals team trying to capture them, but then CIA's involved. There's something else going on. Like, really, of the new, the only reason it's not, and I did my top 3. The only reason it's not in my top 3 is because I just don't know how they're going to finish the season.
Yeah.
And we're so new, but the most exciting thing that I've watched is For Last Frontier. That's on Apple TV. Also on Apple TV was the latest season of Slow Horses. Have you watched any of that?
That's one with Gary Oldman. I haven't watched any of it.
It's genius. It's, if you like British, it's very dry humor. The concept is they are a team of MI5, but they're like the misfits, the ones that couldn't quite do like public work. And so because they're kind of idiots in a way. Or off center or zany or whatever. It is so good. Gary Oldman's character, I want him to win every award. He's just genius.
Yeah.
Okay, so now these are my top 3.
Okay, I'm ready. Boots
on Netflix. Based on the book, it's called The Pink Cadet, I think.
Okay.
The book was written about a closeted guy in boot camp in the 70s.
Okay.
This takes place in the 90s. Right before Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
Okay.
But when gays were still not prohibited to be in the military.
Okay.
10 out of 10 no notes.
Okay.
It is, first off, the majority of the actors are all gay.
Okay.
And although none of them in the show are gay.
Okay.
Like, except the 1 or 2.
Yep.
But so they're all playing straight guys, but they're all like, no, we wanted to be a part of this project. It is, first off, harrowing. And it's a good show when the Pentagon has come out against it. And when when the defense secretary is saying that it's woke garbage.
Slay.
If you're drawing the attention of our national security team, 10. Ding.
Tens across the board.
It is crazy to think about how we marginalized gays in the military and how, like, the fact that we were just hoping to be in Don't Ask, Don't Tell, which only expired like 10, 15 years ago, like wild.
Not slay us.
Not slay.
Us being the U.S.
Us, the U.S., yeah. But, man, the acting is phenomenal. The storytelling, I'm so pumped.
Drama, like...
Dramedy.
Yeah, okay.
I would say it's...
We're doing our best to laugh.
We're doing our best. Yeah, and really unique kind of storytelling where... the lead has like an alter ego who's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
This isn't for us. And he's still trying. Like, it's heartwarming. It really is amazing. I hope they get a second season. It was the top on Netflix for a long time. So really watch Boots. I loved that. The Diplomat, also Netflix. The Diplomat season 3.
Yes. Okay.
Carrie Russell can do no wrong in my book. That season is sensational.
Okay.
It's also incredibly smart, and it's also really like apropos. Same with, obviously, House of Dynamite is meant to be very current eventy. So is this latest season of The Diplomat.
Cool.
Steven and I multiple times on the honeymoon were like, I wish there was more Diplomat to watch.
Wow.
Like, we were just drinking it up. But the number one thing I watched in all of this stuff, which for the record was only 8 days.
Yeah.
Like, I watched all this in 8 days. Do better.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you guys are like, oh, I don't watch TV. I'm
you
too
have the
busy.
same amount of time as
really?
Beyonce in a day. Okay.
Yeah. Really? You can't watch it because you're too busy? Watch in the car.
Find the time.
Don't listen to this. No, just kidding. Listen to this first. But my number one thing was Nobody Wants This season 2.
Okay. I heard it was a lot of the same.
Okay, I'll see myself out.
No, that's just what I was told. I haven't watched it.
They told you wrong.
Okay, amazing. I would love to be wrong.
Because here's what is different.
I would love for them to be wrong. I'm not wrong. That's just what I heard.
The concept. Is he a rabbi still? And is she still struggling with the fact that she's not converted, but she wants to stay in the relationship and he wants someone who's wanting to convert? Of course.
Yeah.
I get that. However, these people, the characters that they play, I love every single one of them.
It's just so lovely.
It's very, and they are talking about real life relationships, real life issues. I don't feel like it's hyper dramatized. I feel like it's really relatable issues. And Leighton Meester is a guest star in it. And so it was really fun because it was obviously she's married to Adam Brody and then has history with Kristen Bell from Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
And so the chemistry when they're all, and I'm not kidding you. I love I love this. I love Kristen Bell's sister in the show. I think she's sensational. I love Adam Brody's brother, Jonah's brother. I love the mom.
I didn't like at the end of last season that was kind of giving that they were going to cheat vibes. Can you tell me that doesn't evolve?
They don't cheat.
Okay, great. The brother
Not
or
everyone
the sister?
stays together, but they don't cheat. But it is good. No, it's the sort of thing where I would rewatch it right now.
Yeah.
I would rewatch it. And to be fair, that was also in addition to all of my normal TV content. Yeah. I'm current on all the Housewives, so I still watch that. I'm current on Abbott Elementary. I mean, I watched all my normal shows. Yeah. Another one that was actually cute. This was the week before the wedding. The kids and I watched it. The kids, Steve and I watched it, called 99 to Beat. Mm-hmm. Kind of Squid Games-ish. They have these really stupid things that they have to do, and you just can't be last. The last person in each round is eliminated.
Did you watch Physical 100?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're coming out with another one.
I saw. We do love Physical 100 because that's a show of deliciousness.
That is a show of deliciousness and motivation.
And skin.
And that will make you go, I should be walking on the treadmill while I watch this.
I'm going to put down this cookie dough.
You do not eat any food during that one.
No, that is a take a break. So that was my content recap. That was our wedding recap. And now we're back in the saddle. We're back at it. We won't miss a week.
We will be more consistent.
We'll be significantly more consistent now that it is just crazy. Planning an event that big is so much work.
Have been so busy.
So busy. And then you did the shower.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of like so much of the beginning of the fall was absorbed in the wedding, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. Yeah. It was amazing. But I'm really looking forward to this next chapter of kind of like getting back into normal vibes and we got to put up our Christmas tree and bring it back over here now that we're in the Christmas season. And then our nutcrackers, oh, poor guy, shattered. That poor nutcracker has lived a lot of life. So
he's watched a lot of comedy in this room.
No, literally the laughs cracked up.
Yep. That was so dumb.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up? All right. We love you guys. Thank you so much for being part of the Good Bad Advice podcast. You can follow us on all social media platforms at Good Bad Advice. And please like, share, subscribe. Find us on YouTube. Watch us on Spotify if you want to. If you're on Apple Podcasts, give us a thumbs up. That way you'll get notifications when the new episodes drop. And we will see you in a week. Bye.
I'm so glad you did that because I was running out of breath.
No.